All right. Hello and welcome everyone to our webinar co-presented by Vativ, Atello Solutions, and ServiceNow. I am your host, Nitin Chopra, kicking things off here on time for a short 30-minute webinar on an exciting topic, very timely and compelling title, which is to help companies boost their sales, accuracy, and really speed to sell leveraging the ServiceNow CRM and Logik CPQ platform. We've got a packed agenda. As I get things started, right after me, you will hear from an industry expert who will break things down and simplify CPQ and its importance for your industries, share some benefits, elaborate on a lead to cash scenario. Right after that, you will hear from a ServiceNow expert on how ServiceNow, the platform, is rewriting the modern day CRM script on the one and only AI platform with one data model that's truly the only one in the industry. We'll have an awesome demo in the end showing CRM and CPQ live in action for a particular use case for your businesses on the ServiceNow platform. Time permitting, we'll take questions or leave you with a QR code that you can scan and send us your questions or schedule time to discuss your particular situation and how you can leverage CPQ. Real quick intro of who all you'll be hearing from today. Representing Atello Solutions is its CEO and co-founder, Christian Nolte. From Vativ, we have its co-founder and president, Ben Doyle, representing ServiceNow, and Logik is the sales engineer, Stephen Machkowski, and yours truly just helping with getting things started. All right, let's get things going. So over to you, Ben, to talk to us about the Vativ Atello partnership and then dive into the topic of CPQ.
Thank you, Nitin. Hello, everyone. For those getting impacted by the heat today, I hope you are staying cool. Today's discussion is brought to you by a partnership between Atello and Vativ. Atello is a ServiceNow reseller and implementation partner based in Richmond, Virginia, with deep ServiceNow expertise across a variety of industries. Vativ is an industry-focused technology consulting and delivery firm with extensive knowledge of telecommunications, media, tech, and manufacturing. The partnership between Atello and Vativ combines the strengths of both companies to deliver transformational, revenue-focused outcomes. I'd also like to thank ServiceNow and specifically Katie Spence and Stephen Machkowski for their help. So a bit on my CPQ background before we dive in. I worked in the tech industry for over 20 years at networking hardware and software companies and spent the last 10 years in 2 international telecommunications businesses. I pioneered configuration solutions for complex networking hardware, software, and services. So let's start by discussing what CPQ is and diving into the 3 main components. CPQ is an application that facilitates the efficient configuration, pricing, and quoting of complex products. It can be used in multiple industries to help sellers quickly and accurately develop proposals and increase the time to revenue. A flexible CPQ solution is well suited to direct sales and partner and channel sales in both B2B and B2C. Any modern CPQ platform should work seamlessly with your existing tech stack and dramatically increase your sales efficiency. So diving into configuration, any product or solution that benefits from configuration based on rules or attributes is a good candidate for CPQ. Getting configuration rules out of an expert's head and into an accurate, scalable system is critical. Configuration examples include things like networking hardware, jet engines, industrial equipment, tractors, CNC machines, robots, sheds, enterprise software, and professional services. The sky's really the limit. CPQ platforms can be used to walk salespeople through a guided selling process to identify the right solution for a customer. A great example of guided selling is in telecommunications, where a CSP, a communication service provider, may have connectivity salespeople that need to learn how to sell business solutions such as cybersecurity, Wi-Fi, networking, cloud, or collaboration solutions. The platform can assist with providing accurate and timely quotes, and it can really serve as a training and enablement tool. For more experienced sellers or sales engineers, the CPQ platform can support a la carte quoting by individual SKU or product-based configuration without requiring the guided selling approach. Ultimately, adding configuration rules to a sales automation software platform benefits sellers and customers alike by reducing errors in the quoting proposal process and increasing speed. The pricing aspect of CPQ includes the ability to apply complex pricing rules to quotes, whether this is bottom line discounts, per SKU discounts, product family discounts, price ramps, or complex subscription pricing models. CPQ can handle it easily. Multi-currency support with daily or monthly exchange rate integration is supported. Pricing can also include integration with price lists that reside in ERP or a CRM system. So if you have regional price lists or specific master purchase agreements with customers, CPQ can integrate and facilitate those pricing scenarios. The pricing approval process can be fully automated with complex multi-tiered and branched approval workflows, ensuring approval speed, accuracy, and auditability. This can be extended to deal margin analysis, so pricing analysts or sales managers can quickly review and approve pricing requests. Quoting allows you to turn a complex configuration into a sales-ready document. A summarized quote can be generated for presentation to the customer in a PDF, for example, and you can also have a detailed bill of materials available behind the scenes that's ready to be sent to an order management system like ServiceNow for order decomposition. If a customer or partner generates the quote on a portal or a website, it can also be a great sales lead, dramatically increasing lead generation and revenue conversion. Another area worth mentioning is renewals. Automating and facilitating subscription and service renewals based on existing contracts with appropriate upsell and cross-sell capabilities is a great way to drive additional revenue and reduce the cost of sales. Renewals can be automated to save significant time. Renewal quoting needs to include the ability to consolidate multiple contracts and co-terminate the contract end dates, to make it easy to facilitate the renewal process, and also the ability to roll dates forward. And a CPQ platform can automatically include multi-year options to maximize the total contract value. So the benefits of CPQ add up. If a proposal is sent to a customer, as you see on the screen, within 24 hours, the customer is 25% more likely to sign than if it is sent in 3 or 4 days. So now let's delve into CPQ as part of your broader lead to cash strategy. So when thinking about CPQ in this broader context, the CPQ solution must fit into your existing technology environment. You should have the ability to have multiple quotes and configurations per opportunity, and the ability to associate or commit one of those quotes to the forecast. This capability means that sales management or product management and or supply chain can see what solutions are being quoted and getting committed to the forecast for planning purposes. A CPQ platform or solution should also be headless, meaning it can be launched from other systems like ServiceNow or Salesforce.com, or a portal or a website. It should be composable, which means it's modular and only the components that are needed are applied. And it should be API driven, meaning that it can be integrated into multiple systems. So data from other systems is always required to implement a successful CPQ solution. Particularly in hardware use cases, integrating lead times from an ERP system is a huge advantage for sellers and customers alike. So I hope this gives you a good overview of the benefits of CPQ. Now I'm going to hand it over to Christian to talk about ServiceNow CRM and the ServiceNow platform.
Yeah, appreciate it, Ben. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I've spent the past 13 years helping customers with ServiceNow, and historically having to build bespoke solutions to bridge the CRM and CPQ gaps on the platform. So we're thrilled ServiceNow has stepped into the arena with an out-of-box solution. Historically, CRMs attempt to automate sales and marketing functions in a silo. It leaves you having to cobble together the rest of your processes on disjointed architecture. Anyone that's worked with Salesforce in the past will understand what I'm talking about. ServiceNow CRM brings sales, service, and fulfillment together on a single platform. That's always been ServiceNow's approach, single platform solution. With this simplified approach, ServiceNow will reduce your OpEx. I'm happy to do a one-off with anyone after this webinar, and we can validate that with your company. But when you tie this whole value chain together on a single platform, you're left with a 360 view of your customer's journey. And as you see with these metrics we have on the slide, this delivers results that make a real difference. Now, at the heart of the platform is AI. It's AI. It's working tirelessly behind the scenes 24/7. Our AI agents handle tasks like processing returns. We can even do a little bit more complex workflows, such as think of product recalls, which can be a headache. We also help your team with some quick wins, right? It's kind of that low hanging fruit, like summarizing chats, suggesting solutions, along with, there's some repetitive tasks we can have in there that be fully automated. Now, at the end of the day, we know AI is only as good as the data it's working with. Hence, you look at Salesforce requiring their customers to buy Data Cloud and other solutions, right, to reinforce and actually make their AI work. Here we have a better solution. We call it Data Fabric. ServiceNow calls it Data Fabric. The Data Fabric layer pulls together data from your other enterprise systems, right? And it pairs with your ServiceNow platform's native data. This creates a solid foundation for seamless fulfillment, right? You can provide a truly personalized customer experience. Now, on the heels of modernizing the CRM space, ServiceNow made another bold step, and they acquired Logik AI. I know Ben touched on that earlier, but Logik AI is an AI-powered CPQ solution. Salesforce is forcing their customers to migrate over to Revenue Cloud, and Logik is actually going to give our customers a much better alternative. And with that, I will pass this over to Steven. He'll be able to show you the new CPQ functionality in action. Appreciate it, Steven. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, thanks, Chris. As Chris mentioned, ServiceNow recently acquired Logik. I was a Logik employee for the past 2 years, and we're bringing our AI-powered CPQ to the ServiceNow platform. It's a very powerful tool that addresses many of the things Ben and Chris have been talking about during this presentation. I'm going to run through a brief demo so you can see it in action, the full CPQ workflow. And then additionally, this is a telco-based demonstration where we'll actually use a MACD process to adjust the products and services sold to our customer, both pre-sale and post-sale. I'm already logged into our ServiceNow account in the CSM workspace. I have my accounts list up, and I'm ready to prepare a new quote for one of our customers. So I'll go ahead and start that, and that launches us into the CPQ process. At this point, we have a quote that is ready for us to modify. I want to go in and find the products that are right for my customer. I can come into our catalog and find standard products and put those in as line items, but we can use ServiceNow's new CPQ tool to go through a guided selling motion, an AI-powered configuration scenario, and help us determine which products are correct for our customers. Launching any configurable product will take you into the ServiceNow configuration capabilities, and we can see many things going on here. First and foremost, we have our sale items on the right in what we call a sales BOM. These are the items that will be transitioned to line items on our quote for our customer to see. As mentioned earlier, we're also generating data in the back end in a similar fashion to send to our downstream systems, whether that be ServiceNow or other systems such as an ERP system. Now we can see that our BOM is already pre-populated with a number of things, and that's coming from not only default selections based on building out a telco bundle for our customer, but we also have context within configuration. In this tab, you can see that we pulled some information out of Salesforce. Which customer are we currently working with, and where are we billing and shipping these items to? Additionally, what channel does this customer operate in? Our CPQ tool is analyzing these inputs and dynamically updating our sales BOM to build the best possible bundle for our customer. Of course, I can come in and modify any of these setups as I please throughout configuration. You'll see our sales BOM will update not only the products that are being sold, but the price that we are selling products at. And then additionally, if we want to take this a step further, we go beyond simple product and service selection. We can actually provide a guided selling motion where Logik will analyze a number of questions, a number of inputs, and then help us pick those correct products. We can see that below with our additional questions. As I answer questions, Logik will surface the correct follow-up question based on my answer. And then ultimately, at the experience, it's going to pull up the possible service plans I can include and select the one that will meet my needs. We also see dynamic messages populated here that will assist us in selecting products and services. This is letting me know what I receive based on upgrades that I make, but any piece of information can be placed in front of your end user during the quoting process. I'll go ahead and follow another short guided selling motion and selecting our service level. Maybe this one is too high for me. I'll go ahead and downgrade to the bronze, and we'll start off with one terminal. Everything looks great in this bundle. I'll go ahead and quote this for our customer. And as mentioned, we're brought back to our line items with all the items that we're quoting at the appropriate price for these products and services. At this point, we can review what we have brought in. We can make updates if we choose to do so, and you can follow the rest of a standard CPQ process, such as approvals. We'll go ahead and submit this for approvals. We are auto-approved in this demo. You can generate documents to send those out to the customer, and once approved, we can go ahead and mark this as complete, signifying a sale that was done for us. Now, like I mentioned, we're going to go through a MACD process. So I'll go ahead and create the order for our customer with the products on our quote. That new order was created. I can go ahead and review that order. And as I want to make updates to that order, we're brought back into that configuration portion of the CPQ tools to dynamically adjust what our customer is actually using. Here's the order line items now, coming directly from our quote line items. I'll go ahead and say I want to adjust that bundle that we already built them, and then we'll be launched into the same process that we saw previously, this time allowing me to make updates as I see fit. We can see those guided selling options were already answered. I'll go ahead and suggest that I want to upgrade to the solution. I can even tack on additional modules to my premium offering. And I can go ahead and update that point of service solution, the point of sales solution, maybe include additional terminals if that's what they need now. These line items back onto the order. We're all good to proceed from there. Lastly, I want to go ahead. We can see that premium support package is now on here, some of those additional line items, etc. I now want to show you post sales. If we want to go ahead and update the products and services our customers purchased, we can go back to our customer account page, find the sold products that they already own. We can go ahead and update the bundle. Similar to as before, they will be brought back into our CPQ configuration experience. This time I can go ahead and make any update I choose to do so, and it's going to go ahead and automatically generate a new order for me to assist this customer. So I'll go ahead and quote this, and as I mentioned, we'll get a new order with the new products that they are now acquired. All right. That does conclude our demo for today. So I will go ahead and pass this back to Nitin for questions and comments.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ben and Christian, for walking us through the concepts, ServiceNow, and then of course, lastly but not least, Stephen, for showing us the live tool in action. We are a little early, so if there are any questions for those listening to us on LinkedIn, please post your questions on the comment window, or please scan the QR code here to set up time with us. If you want to learn more about CPQ or discuss your particular scenario, be it first-time CPQ customer or a migration off of legacy CRM solutions like Salesforce, etc.